Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie, Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the 8th review of the Bubblegum Diaries playlist. So, this will be the final in order, if you want to call it order, review. That is the originals still surviving from the first generation to the end of the second generation. Third generation stuff is going to be all over the place because it's basically flavors. And I can't do them exactly in order because there are dozens that are out of production. So from here on out on the Bubblegum playlist, it's sort of going to be whatever strikes my fancy. And some of those will be new versions of first generation products. Anyway, this is the much awaited review of Big League Chew. Okay? This product came out in 1980, a year after Hubba Bubba. Okay? The first test run of this product was in 79. The packaging is pretty straightforward. It's 2.12, I believe. Yes. Net weight is 2.12 ounces. Naturally and artificially flavored. This is the out of here original. All right. Everything's pretty straightforward. This is a pouch product. It is shredded. All right. It is made by a small-ish company. I'm not quite sure how many changes of hands this product has gone through. All right, it is the official bubblegum of the Hall of Fame of baseball. Not of baseball, the Hall of Fame of baseball in Cooperstown. On the back, you have the fact that it is aspartame-free, gluten-free, and peanut-free. All right, you have nutrition facts down here, which are really simple. The calories are 10 per serving. Fat 0, sodium 0, and total carbs is 2 grams, which is 1%. Both of those grams is from added sugar. Here's the thing about this for anybody that would be like, whether diabetic or whatnot. Number one, you probably shouldn't be chewing bubblegum, but a serving size in this is 8 pieces. You will see what a piece looks like when I pull this out. Most of you will already know what that is. Nobody uses 8 pieces at a time. No one. They say 8 pieces, there are 20 servings in this pouch. Okay? For me, this pouch is maybe three chews tops. So be wary of, the 2 grams of added sugars and the only 10 calories. That's per 8 pieces. There's probably upwards of 20 pieces you're going to be using at any given time. All right. So it is got a Best Buy date right there, which is the 1st of June 2023. They have a bar code and their social media. The manufacturer's information is this is made by Ford Gum and Machine Company of Akron, New York. Not Akron, Ohio. Akron, New York, which is, I believe, a little bit outside of Buffalo. And that's about it. They have the story up. You know what? I'll read the story. Normally, I try to stick away from stories anymore, but celebrating 40 years of bubblegum fun for everyone. Sitting in a bullpen in the summer of 1977, Portland Maverick left-hander, Portland Mavericks were, maybe still are, I'm not quite sure if they're still around, were a minor league team. Portland Maverick left-hander Rob Nelson came up with an idea that has had a long-lasting impact on the game of baseball. Shredded bubblegum in a Stay Fresh pouch. He named it Big League Chew. Rob took a swing at his first homemade batch of Big League Chew on February 6, 1979. I did not realize there was an actual date in 1979. On Babe Ruth's birthday. How convenient. And with the help of Mav teammate Jim Bouton, Rob's Gum officially hit retail shelves in 1980. Big League Chew has sold more than 800 million pouches and is designated as the Hall of Fame bubblegum by the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York. Big League Chew is proudly made in the USA by Ford Gum, located near Buffalo, just 3 hours from Cooperstown. Born in a bullpen more than 40 years ago, Big League Chew has become more than the ball player's bubblegum. It's bubblegum fun for everyone. Moving on with the review. Okay. So they have a tear line up here. These are always been, as far as I can remember, hanger bags. They got a tear line. I'm not going to tear it. These things they're not notched. They do not tear straight. They do not tear anywhere. There's no Ziploc, number one. If you have a bag of chew or something, you got a Ziploc under there. If the tear goes bad on you, you can only go south so far before you hit the Ziploc. Not so with this. So I'm going to use some scissors and go slightly below. And that is what you got in there. That is very white powdery. It's to keep it from all sticking together. That said, it does stick together quite a bit. This is one piece. Okay? 8 of these is one serving, according to Ford Gum and Machine Company. So, obviously, that's not happening. The white powdery stuff is most likely cornstarch. Okay? So, looking at it, that's what you're looking at. It's cut to about the length of the pouch, which I will tell you what that length is in just a second here. It is, not including the seams, just a hair over 5 inches. So that's all it's cut to about. It smells ridiculously good. This stuff has a very strong smell. It's original, being that this is the original version. But it smells really strong and really good. So that's what I usually take. And I may have 2 left in here, or like 1.5. Since it's not sitting around too long, I'm not too worried about the whole not being able to properly reclose it with like a Ziploc. So I just fold it down a couple times. Now, unlike chew, you don't want this in your back pocket if you're sitting down. Not because anything will come out of the packaging if you have it folded down, doubled over, because you'll never be able to get any of it apart if you sit on it. All right? So, I'm going to hit the pause button because there is no way I'm going to be able to get a bubble going in the length of this video. So, I'll be back in just a moment. And I am back. So, in my opinion, well, number one, this is made in the United States. And somebody's going, yeah, well, they probably are. Actually, no, they're not. Some of the other manufacturers of bubblegum today, you will see if you look closely at their labeling that the product is actually made in Mexico. That is why they're making hay about made in the USA. So that's a selling point in my mind. It's a smaller company. I like that. What I don't like about this, and this is only in relation to their original, I think it's changed over the years. I haven't noticed so much with the other flavors, but I think the original's changed. And it's not washed out or watered down or anything like that, but there is something different about it. The other thing that I have noticed, and I do not know what is to blame for this. Hold on. This pouch is blowing fine. Now, I got this from oldtimecandy.com, which is where basically I get all the bubblegum shipped in for. Pouch seems... Everything seems up and up with it. It blows bubbles. That said, about 2 years ago, I guess now, I bought a case of this. I forget who I went through for it, but I bought a case of it. I think it was 12 pouches in all. I didn't pay a lot for it. It was a good deal. I bought it. I couldn't blow bubbles with the stuff at all. Consistency was different from this right now. And in retrospect, although I don't have any of the packaging to look at, it didn't have a best buy date, and there were a couple other little things that were different from this. And I am now starting to think, when I got this pouch here from Old Time Candy, I got a couple of them. I'm starting to think that maybe there's a possibility that I got counterfeit Big League Chew. That it wasn't actual Big League Chew. It was something else. Somebody packaged something else and tried to make it like. And normally I'd say, that's ridiculous. Why would anybody be counterfeiting bubblegum? But the differences between this pouch, the pouch I had a couple days ago of this, the strawberry variant, and what I had in 2019, and I remember well because there were 12 pouches of it. I went through it in a ridiculously small time, and I remember being really disappointed at the time. Like, man, this stuff has really gone to pot. I'm starting to think now that maybe no. The other thing was where I bought it from and got the good deal. It was one of those deals like it made out like it was coming through like a big retailer, like let's say Amazon as example. And then when it showed up, it was like from some other company that I'd never even heard of. And it wasn't a third seller on Amazon when I went back to check. And when I did find them again, all they sold was Big League Chew Original. That was the only product they sold. So, be warned, if you get Big League Chew that doesn't blow bubbles, and the packaging seems a little cheap and flimsy, it might be Chinese Big League Chew. And no, I wish I was joking, but I'm sort of not. I am not a huge fan of the original, their original flavor. I'm not saying that I won't finish this pouch. I'm not saying I won't buy it again. There are other original flavors that I like more. That said, it's nothing bad about it. It's just a personal preference. These usually retail online for like $2 something a pouch. That's a little steep, like $2.29, somewhere in there. That's a little steep price-wise for what you're getting, in my opinion. It'd be better if you could find it in person. You'd probably get it a lot cheaper. But at the same time, this is one of those things I think everybody should try. Unless you don't like bubblegum at all, or you can't chew it for whatever reason, then no, obviously you're exempted from my suggestion. But if you do like bubblegum, this is something that if for some reason somebody watching this hasn't tried it yet, this is one that you should try. There are other flavors. I will be doing them. I've always been partial, even though I'm not partial to watermelon flavored candy. Their watermelon is the exception. Their strawberry is back. Slammin' Strawberry, but only with the, I guess it's a softball girl player, or maybe it's female league baseball. The female, which also has the out here original. There's a female version of the bags because there is no end to what companies are trying to do to virtue signal as of late. Girl power. But the strawberry's back, but not in its old form. It's got the female player on it. I had it recently. They say it's Slammin' Strawberry. It is. So, this has been the review of Big League Chew. A little longer than I wanted to run, but I think it is a product that everyone should try at least once if you like bubblegum. All right? So, you can find it online. As I said, I'm not promoting their site. I have no relation with them. But I get the bubblegum stuff because I can't find bubblegum around here. Besides Bubblegum, which is being made by Hershey, which is headquartered an hour and a half away from me. Besides that, I can't find bubblegum. So I get everything ordered in. It's oldtimecandy.com. They sell all kinds of stuff, obviously, but you go to like bubblegum, chewing gum. Anyway, that is all for me for tonight. I will be back tomorrow with a alternatives review and a beef jerky the day after. I do hope you all are well. Do take care of yourselves. And as always, God bless.